Welcome back to Brick Dynasty Live. Tonight's guest is the founder of Legoville USA, possibly one of the most underrated photographers on Instagram, and the person who has traveled the most miles while building in basically a single location that we've ever met. So, BricksByWally, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Too kind. That's a very kind introduction. So thank you. I'm glad to be here.
The photography, is that all phone, or you use an
Yeah,
actual
that's
phone
my
for that?
iPhone. Yeah, no, that's my
Really?
iPhone. Yeah,
It's really
no, I
good work.
appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the what version iPhone is? I don't even remember, but the one where you can zoom out, so then it like brings it back. There's a lot of those, but like with the camera at the bottom, so you flip it around, so then it looks up at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of photography background?
None at all.
No?
None at all.
Awesome.
None at all. Just like, I don't know. I like taking pictures of Lego, so that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I appreciate that.
All right. So let's hit the rewind button a little bit.
Okay.
Is Lego a lifelong thing for you, or an adult hobby?
Yeah, it's pretty well. I think well, not like everyone, but a lot of people with the dark ages, right, where you kind of move away from it. Built Lego a lot as a kid. I remember distinctly certain sets from Christmas time and stuff when I was 8, 9 years old. Most people, I stopped building for a while, and then actually when I met my wife, we've been together almost 16 years. We first started dating, and she's like, do you not have any indoor hobbies? Because I was like always outside, like biking, walking, running, snowboarding, anything like that. And then she's a knitter, reader, crocheter. She's like, do you not sit still? So I was like, well, I liked building Lego when I was a kid, and it went from there. So we went to Walmart that day, and I remember, and I still have the set. I got the General Grievous's Starship.
Awesome.
And because it was at the time, I don't know, that was 2010. So the like height of the Star Wars Clone Wars sets. And it went from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so once you got back, did you just go strong?
Yeah, I mean, went all in on the Star Wars Lego because I'm a big Star Wars fan, period. And that's often the backdrop on my walks and builds and bikes and builds photos, because that's down where all my Star Wars Lego is. Went all in on that, really only stuck with that for a long time. And then modulars, as they started coming out, because there was only a few out at the time, so we were able to actually get all of them. So like modulars, and then the Winter Village. And then in 2022, I decided, I want to do like a city. Like I want to do something. And that's when mocking, buying all the individual bricks, like all that stuff sort of started. So I've really only been doing that for, I guess at this point, 4 years. So
wow.
Yeah.
You built a hell of a city in a very short time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's
cool. Yeah. Keeps me busy. It keeps me off the streets. Except for, Lego streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just thugging it with your Lego. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's how it all kind of came to be. And then, when it's like, why we have so much Lego, and I'll just remind her that it's her own fault. My wife. Yeah. But she also builds a lot too. So she's Morty Makes on Instagram. She knits, builds, crochets, cooks. She posts all kinds of stuff, but she's also a builder. So we do a lot of it together. I'm actually taking apart something she had done, had built. I'm taking it apart currently. She did like a little diorama thing, so it's kind of cool because we do a lot of it together, which is really neat. So yeah.
How often do you disassemble each other's things?
Well, I disassemble her things because she just leaves them, and she's like, here, and then I just take it apart because I want the bricks for other stuff. But what's funny is she'll, I'll buy a set and she'll be like, I want to build that. I'm like, I bought it for myself. Will you share? I'm like, okay, fine. But we've done a lot of, actually, the Ninjago sets, the big like Ninjago city sets. Yep. We've done a lot of like joint builds on those where like I'll build a few bags, she builds a few bags, and back and forth. And that's been really fun. Those sets are really cool. I blame Jen Builds for getting into those because she really turned us onto those sets, but their details are amazing.
Yeah. Jen is the best. I love Jen.
Yes. So we call each other good, terrible influences because we always are influencing the other to buy things. But yeah.
That
So,
has she got you to buy any Monkey Kid, or did you miss your chance on that?
yeah, no, I got some Monkey Kid. We have the City of Lanterns, and then the like 5th anniversary. And then I think we've got like the one of the like Monkey Kid truck bus thing, like the big red truck. But
Yep.
yeah, nope, she got us on that too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good. The Monkey Kid sets were so good.
They were, and I can't believe they're discontinuing them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not giving up hope that they bring it back at some point. I don't. Hopefully, the Asian market cries enough to get it back for everybody.
There's still some stuff on Lego, but Lego.com, but not much. I was looking the other day. It's really gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the release schedule. No, they're not putting out whatever it is, season 6. So
yeah.
Hey, Liam's here. Hey, Liam.
Hey, Liam.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. Okay, so now that you've branched out, are you still like buying a lot of Star Wars? Are you being a little more selective these days?
Well, so we lived in Massachusetts and from 2014 to 2021, and so when we moved back to New York, I actually parted ways with like probably a third of what I had from a Lego standpoint. More just A, moving a little bit, but B, like, you know, it had gotten kind of out of control where it's like, oh, there's a new one, I got to get it. And it was like, well, I didn't really like it that much. Like, so then I started kind of going through it, mostly Star Wars sets. But now I'm less likely to buy a Star Wars set because the scale is different. Mm-hmm. And so the play scale, they're smaller. And so I got a couple new ones recently, not recently, really, in the last probably year plus. And I'm like, it looks silly next to the other play scale because it's so much smaller. So I've kind of steered away from the Star Wars play scale for that reason, which is a shame because some of this newer sets look pretty cool, but that's frustrating. But with doing the walks and builds, which I know we'll talk about more, but I actually built my first Star Wars UCS ship doing the walks and builds. I hadn't ever branched into the UCS ships. I guess with the exception, I have one of the older Death Stars, but I hadn't really done like the AT-AT, the AT-ST, like any of the Slave One, none of those. And I went with the X-Wing because like my minifigure is X-Wing-Wally, so it made sense. But that was a really cool build. So I was really glad I did that, and I wish I had branched into them sooner at this point, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, they're expensive now.
They are, especially retired, for sure. Yeah. But
have
you noticed that play scale thing? Do you do Star Wars Lego?
I do nothing specific.
Okay.
I guess is the way to
just
explain.
All over. Yeah.
It's whatever strikes us at the moment and fits in the small bit of height that we have.
Fair.
Yeah, we have major space danger over here.
Yeah, fair. I get it.
Yeah, the UCS sets, the cool part about those is they're strong enough you could hang them if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about them fitting in scale with anything.
Yeah. Cool. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't realize you could do that. But that they're really cool the way they're built.
Somewhere out there, what was it called? I don't know. If you search for, hanging Lego duck bricks has a video explaining the best way to hang Lego. He's got stuff that's been up, just hanging from his ceiling for years now without falling.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's a little sketchy in my book, but
and if it fell, I mean, I had some stuff hanging when we lived in Massachusetts, and then it gave way and it crashed, and then it crashed into other Lego. It crashed. It was not good. Yeah. Tore the paint off the ceiling.
You must be familiar with Doc to some degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His collection is just absolutely insane, and he's got hundreds hanging from the ceiling,
which is crazy.
So I think he's probably got it down pretty well.
All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where I'm going to have to consider that if my kids can keep it under control and handle it.
Yeah, and not knock it down or think it's like, oh, look, something to hit.
It turns into a piñata.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which I don't know. Maybe with the right set, that could be amusing.
Oh, true. True.
The supply llama looks like a piñata.
There you go. Actually, that's a great point. Yeah. And actually is built pretty solid. So I think you could probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's a weird
hated
thing
that
about
bit.
kids. That's a weird thing about kids where they're like, I had no interest in anything to do with the ceiling or whatever, but you hang something there and now I'm in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a light above me that the kids never thought anything of. And then one day my daughter decided it would be a great place to hang a disco ball. Yep. So
Perfect.
she drew a disco ball and hung it from there.
On the light.
Yep.
Thoughtful.
Yeah. It threw some interesting shadows because it's right over this desk.
Yeah.
So it was an odd one for a little bit.
Oh, that's fun. Well, it's like my flickering light. Maybe I have a disco ball over here. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if you can tell, but I can tell. It's driving me a little crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a poltergeist. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Everything's fine. The Lego will protect me.
For sure.
Yeah.
You build that strong enough and it's damn near bulletproof.
That's right. That's right. Use some Technic bricks. You're all good to go. Yeah.
So you're not a purist, right? I think I saw you got a bunch of Lumi bricks. And,
yep. We have some Lumi bricks, some Panacea. I don't even know what brand, but I have the Bob's Burger, Happy Burger. I'm not even sure what brand that is.
Is that Brickcraft?
No, it's not Brickcraft.
Oh.
I don't remember. And then I've got Expert, which are some Oso Jang builds.
Okay.
So yeah, we kind of go all over.
Nice. Do you feel that there's enough of a difference than when you're sorting, you can tell, like at a glance?
So here, that's hard for me to answer because I'm very intentional in keeping them apart. So I don't put them together. So I have a bag of like extra Lumi bricks, a bag of extra Panacea bricks. I don't have them all mixed together. But if I was looking at them like on a table, because sometimes like Morty will be building a Panacea set and I'm building Lego or whatever, and we're at the same table. The color is slightly different. Like certain colors are not exactly the same, even though they look like you couldn't tell if they were like further apart. And then for sure with there's pieces like with Fantasy, so like a snot brick with Lego. Well, maybe not a snot brick. Well, no, a snot brick, like where it's a flat tile and it's got the snot on the top. Whereas like Fantasy or Lumi bricks, they're curved on the square is curved, so it's not perfectly flat. So there's certain things like that you could easily spot, like, oh, that's not a Lego brick. But the click quality and the like how they hold together and all that is almost identical. It's not much difference at all. So they're fun to build. The details are crazy. That part's been like the furniture and the wall hangings, and then the I don't have any in the room I'm in right now, but like you can open the back and like see inside. Whereas like with the modulars, right, you have to take the whole thing off and look. But you can like put, and then some of them you can slide out the scene so you can see it and then slide it back in. It's pretty cool the way they do it. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. Very different.
That's interesting. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I've used that technique now that I've learned it from them on some mocks where I've made different buildings and then like can open the back so I can see inside or like whatever, just because it's a cool idea, like where you can still close in the building, but you can easily open it up if you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's wild. I always wonder if Lego was going to start picking up on some of this stuff and incorporating it into their builds. Still kind of waiting.
Yeah.
Like it, I don't know.
Yeah.
You would think that the designers would see some of these things in the socials or wherever and start doing it themselves.
You would. And the Lumi bricks specifically, almost all of their like larger building builds, that is the doors open, things slide out, like almost all of them have that. So it's not like they did it in one theme or they did it in one building. They do it across all of them. So it's not uncommon. So that's why it's like, then they have a lot of sets at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been the lights part too has been just, it's super cool. And I have them all hooked together. So I hit one switch and they all come on, which is really neat. Because no one wants to walk around and turn on every single individual battery box. You'd be there for 10 minutes. But yeah, that part's really cool. Yeah, they just look really neat in that way. But again, back to like that Lego hasn't figured that out, that there's clearly a market for having lights. Like all the aftermarket light companies that you can buy the separate kit, like those have existed for a long time. So it's just interesting.
I kind of wonder if they're just waiting for one to pull so far ahead, and then they'll just buy them
Maybe.
and then just let them continue to be a separate thing and just profit off it that way, though.
It's a good point.
I think Light My Bricks is probably the biggest in the game right now.
Yeah.
So let them keep going.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's a good point. And then they could do stuff like where every now and again they release something that the lights are included or whatever. Yeah, they could absolutely do that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And stop with light bricks.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to bring that up because my conspiracy theory on that is that, and it's not really a conspiracy, but that they were trying to do something that was ahead of the companies that have builds with lights and rushed it. Mm-hmm. And it just failed miserably.
Like everything else that they try. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, that's not the like standard brick build, which is really what they're good at. But yeah. Have you bought any of those sets? Do you have any of those sets?
The new ones, the Smart Brick?
Yeah, no. Smart Brick? No. Yeah, same. I don't know that I am interested.
Yep. Yeah. If they do something cool enough, I'll buy the set for the set, but it's not going to be smart play that sways me in any kind of direction.
Sure. And so far, the stuff they've released are sets they've done before. It's just they added the Smart Brick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nothing I care about.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything exciting enough to really care all that much. You know, like what they did with what's his name there? Soundwave. Mm-hmm. The transformer there. That thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Just have a sound brick, do, a couple little things, keep it real simple.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the Mario Kart builds, so where the Mario, the Luigi, and Princess Peach that light up and they react to the different little codes or whatever, that was pretty neat. I ended up finding one of the Marios on sale and got it because I was like, what? Because I've been building all the carts. I built a bunch during the Streamathon. Yep. And I was like, but what do these little tiles do? So I was like, I need to find out because I couldn't, I'm like, well, it looks cool, I guess, but that was a pretty cool idea and basic enough, fun for kids. Like, fine, that was fine,
Yeah. So
those Marios look creepy when they're off. Speaking of poltergeists.
Yeah. Now that's an area where the smart play could work out. Yeah. If you have like actual small play scale Mario Kart.
Yeah.
With the minifigures in them.
Yeah.
And then you can have the sound effects. That would be all right.
That would probably have been a smarter move than the Star Wars sets, actually.
Yep.
We should work for Lego.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to do Mario Kart now, though, since they've already done it with whatever they call them, the digifigs.
Yeah, with the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point too. Well, I don't know, because did anyone think they were going to do these smart bricks with Star Wars sets? They already did. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
They'll figure it out because they're going to have this technology that no one is interested in. They're going to have to come up with something, or they're going to have to abandon the whole thing completely.
Yeah. I'll hope for abandonment. Yeah. But it's going to take a while. They have enough money invested there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And also, like, all those sets they've come out with are going to go on sale majorly.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to move them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we track sales pretty closely on Lego sets. It's just kind of what we do for work or whatever. And the Smart Brick sets, they're the only thing on the shelves in some stores.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was in Target, the whole end cap Smart Brick sets.
Yeah.
Full. And then down the aisle, more of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that a lot of that is a supply issue. Like, they're really trying to force them out there. So every store is super stocked.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be going anywhere. So I don't know.
they're also priced pretty high too.
Yep.
So for like the average consumer who's not like big time into Lego, I mean, what's the appeal? I guess because if you're like, oh, I could buy this TIE fighter for $50, or I could buy this TIE fighter with this one other brick that does all these things, or so it claims, but for $90. I mean, you'd be like, well, I'll get the $50 TIE fighter. If you don't know what you're buying, like, why would you spend the extra money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we had Brick Dad on a couple weeks ago, and he's very excited about all of it.
Okay.
And I suppose there's some potential there. The gameplay aspect of it has some potential. You know, if they do like their version of Shoots and Ladders or Monopoly or anything like
Sure.
that, that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's police cars, fire engines.
Yeah.
Simple things like that could be a lot of fun.
Like the Hess trucks.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, literally.
Yep. There you go.
Why not? And those are huge, right?
So the Hess trucks, is that a national thing, or is that just up in the Northeast that people care about that?
I don't know. I mean, I know we're both in the Northeast, right? So
yeah.
And I grew up in the Northeast, so I knew it from like when I was a kid in the '90s and all those commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. You even had the little
better than ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they still make them, I think. I think you can get them online. I mean, I don't think Hess gas stations exist anymore, but I think you can buy Hess trucks online.
Yeah. Yeah. They always made me mad because they were Jets colors.
That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that. That's funny. But I wonder that. I don't know. Morty grew up in Pennsylvania. I should ask her, because I wonder if that was a thing even there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good
All
point.
right. So if anyone in chat is from outside of the Northeast and is familiar with Hess or Hess trucks, the collectible versions or any of that, let us know.
No, we need to know.
Yeah.
But that would be a great, like, yeah, to your point, like the fire trucks, police cars, ambulances, they do all those like Coast Guard helicopters. That would be a perfect use for the smart brick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could be good in Jurassic World sets.
Also true. That whole new lineup just came out, like was that June that they're going to be releasing them?
Yep.
Yeah. That would be a great use for it too.
Yeah, it's a warning alarm, that kind of thing. Gates busting open.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed in the new Jurassic World line.
The one I'm super jazzed about is the little baby dinosaur, the pterodactyl, because I like all the little baby sets they've done. I've gotten all those, so I was like, oh, another one. I was excited about
that. Let's see. What does Smokey say here? Maryland here. I know of them and have several from the late 90s to the late 2000s. Oh, right on. Okay.
All right.
So creeping down south.
So it's so far just an East Coast thing. Well, that's fine.
All right. Thank you, Smokey. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you interested in the Jurassic Park, the Jeep that they're going to do?
The Jeep is pretty cool. And I love that the instructions will tell you how to build, like, whatever it is, 4 different versions of it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I agree with you on that one. I've got my eye on. I don't know what version I would build, but that's really cool. Yeah.
We have the one that retired 2 years ago, the little one with Dilophosaurus it came with.
Yep. Same. Yep.
I kind of like that little one.
Yeah.
And now it's like, do you spend the money and get like the UCS version, I suppose?
Essentially, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you have the fun little one?
What is it like? It's like $200, I think.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah. It is a dilemma.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. I have the 2 Jeep Wrangler Technic sets. I haven't built the newest one, but I just like those are just super fun to build. So I think it would just be cool to put like all 3 of them together.
Yeah. In
that way. But yeah, that's a good point. The other one is good.
And with all of these Jeeps that they're doing, when is Lego going to start doing rubber duckies?
Of course. I mean, hey, right?
Yep. It's a necessary accessory. Put them in a friend set, make everybody buy them.
And then you get them all in the. Well, they have a rubber ducky utensil, like the little minifigure rubber ducky. Or they have ducks anyway. Could be a rubber ducky.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. How do they scale with the dashboard on those Jeeps?
Too small.
Yeah, go too small. Okay.
Yeah, too small.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have one of the ducks in the room here. But I don't have one of the Jeeps in here, but the ducks they're little, like teeny tiny.
Okay.
So that would look funny on the Jeep. Like it would be too small. It would work well on the smaller Jurassic Park Jeep we were just talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good for like Speed Champ size, but it's not good for the Technic size.
Yeah.
You almost need like the wearable rubber duck, like the one that you put between the torso and the legs.
Yes.
It's like a minifigure accessory.
Yes.
Almost that size. Okay.
Yeah, that size, or I'm trying to think, like I'm looking at Legoville here. I can see all my different things here. But like you know the like the ball that's like the soccer ball, it's all white.
Yes.
Almost if you had like two of those stacked, like the body and the head.
Okay.
That could be more to the scale.
Okay.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
I wonder
fun.
if they're gonna make them. That would be a great thing for like Citizens Bricks or like one of them to do, you know?
Yep, perfect call.
You know, they would do great.
Yeah, so Citizen Brick, if you were watching,
if you're watching,
there is a need for a large rubber duck.
Yeah.
In many colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to happen. One of those guys is going to do that.
They'll do it. Yeah. I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe like Brick World Chicago.
Yeah.
For all.
I'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
Are you going to Brick World?
We are. It's going to be our first time ever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
We're excited. Yeah. We are flying out. We're at the convention hotel. We're very excited.
Wow. How long are you going for?
I think we get there Thursday and then we leave Monday. Something like that.
Awesome. All right. So you're there for a good amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way. The weekend is not enough.
Yeah. Well, and we did the displayer pass so we can get in earlier before the weekend starts.
Yeah. Or you're bringing builds too?
I'm debating on it. That I want to, but Morty keeps telling me that we should just go enjoy it.
That's my thought for the first one.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we didn't bring anything last year because we were everywhere all the time, never holding still. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's probably what we'll end up doing, but I wanted to be able to get in before like, the masses and stuff. And so that's what we're doing, but I'm really excited. We did a smaller convention here. So Empire Bricks, which is a store about an hour from us. That's it's a Lego store, but it's not Lego, they sell Lego, and it's not a Bricks and Minifigs. It's like their own standalone thing, but they helped co-host a convention at the Corning Museum of Glass, and it's like the busiest the museum had been like on a weekend ever. And it was like, and it wasn't that big of a Lego show. We did this last October and that was just a cool experience. I did do a display there because it was so close to home, but that was my first ever like experience with that. And I know Brickworld's going to be like massive comparatively, but it was just really cool and got to meet some really cool people. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to go to Brickworld though and get to meet folks like yourself and others who I've met online but haven't actually met in person. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah.
It's unbelievable how many people go and how many people that that will be there and you don't even have a chance to see.
And yeah, you don't see them. Yeah, I believe it. It's just that busy and that big and that, crazy. Yeah.
We missed so many people last year. We went Wednesday to Sunday last year. We left real early Sunday morning. So that was almost a wash.
Yeah.
And we still missed
at
least 20% of the people I wanted to see.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah. It's that big. So this year we're doing Monday to Monday.
Okay. So you're going to be there a whole week. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Nice. It's a little out of control. Oh, I still have to extend the hotel one more night. Oh yeah. I should remember.
Don't be homeless. Don't be
No.
homeless for that last. It's not good.
Yeah.
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 Well, hopefully there's, like, I'll call them mid-scale rubber ducks, and we can say, remember that time we were talking about this?
Yeah.
Someone did it.
Yep. They
If I had the
definitely
ability
work out for
to,
that.
I'd do it myself, but I don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah. No 3D printing over there yet.
No 3D printing. Although someone I work with has a 3D printer. I bet if I asked him about it, he'd try to figure it out. Yeah.
Those things just blow my mind. They don't make any sense to me. It's just sorcery.
Crazy. It's crazy. Well, and the one brick on the train, the Christmas train this year with the 3D printed train, even that, like, it is crazy that it just can do that. I don't know. Technology.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Using technology to build analog things.
That's right.
Yeah. Stepping forward to, step backwards.
Yeah. What did you make of the 3D printed train? I know not everyone was like super like jazzed about it.
I wasn't mad about it. I'll be mad when Lego gets involved in technology, but if they do something basic and simple. Yeah,
great.
They're doing the thing we're yelling at them for not doing.
That's right. That's right.
So pick a direction.
It, and then we're mad they're doing it, even though we've been asking them to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. And just don't touch technology. There we go. I'm all slurred up here. Yeah. They go and they gave $1 billion to Epic Games, and got involved in Fortnite and all of that.
Yeah.
And then Epic Games just went and laid off like 2,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the curse of Lego.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and they just aren't they doing I guess it's not a game, but they're doing a One Piece special now or something. I just saw.
Yeah, it's there was a great post about that too. So that storyline is 117 episodes in the anime. It's one season on Netflix, and then Lego is going to condense it down to 2 episodes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. It's like, well, I guess how much time do you need to tell the story?
That's right. Yeah, well, or, is it going to be the tongue-in-cheek version or whatever?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, that would be the only reason to do it that quickly. You're not going to do it any justice otherwise.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you watch all the Lego cartoons?
Not all of them. The like which ones were they technically, I guess. They were the Star Wars ones, but it was the like the holiday special. Like when that first came out, I watched that because it was holiday time and it was like, oh, what's this? And I've watched a few of the shorts. I guess they're technically, are they maybe, but I haven't watched like all of them front to back or any of that. I haven't watched all of Rebuild the Galaxy. I've built the Rebuild the Galaxy sets because those sets are pretty crazy, but I've not watched all of that. No.
The hot rod speeder. Do you like that one?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah. The details in them are really cool when you know the other builds so well, and then you're building that and you're like, wait, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I just found that the nostalgia of it was pretty cool from the reverse of it. Yeah.
I thought all that was fun. I didn't see the second season. I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But
I get the premise. Like I've seen enough like clips of it or whatever, the premise of it. But yeah, I haven't seen the second season at all. So, yeah.
What do we see here? Oh, Liam's going back to work. Have a great day, Liam. It's good to see you. And Hive's here now. Hey, Hive. Good to see you.
Hi, Hive.
I was supposed to be replay gang for Pure Ant Fury Saturday morning, and I still haven't had a chance. I got to get on that.
Oh.
There was an amazing thumbnail for this latest round.
All right.
Disappointed I missed that.
I'll have to check that out. I'm not sure I've seen it.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Yeah. I'm taking this apart.
Oh.
Not much left to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hive is the man who gets to say all of the things that a lot of us want to say.
Yes.
Love was in the air. Oh. All right. So, which ones from that line did you build from Rebuild the Galaxy?
I think I have all of them technically. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Nice.
I was like it was like one of the last runs where the play scale didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
So I jumped on it because the Dark Falcon was super cool, and I was like, I have several of those, and I think the only version, like the newer wave of those style play scale Falcons I don't have is the latest one from the Rise of Skywalker, because it was so identical to the one they did for Force Awakens. It was just different minifigures.
Yep.
But I like the look of the Solo Falcon, then the OT Falcon, the Force Awakens Falcon, and then having the Dark Falcon. Just the look, they're exactly the same builds, but just different coloring. It's just pretty cool. They're lined up.
The Dark Falcon was just mean looking.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, well, it's just, and that's the thing with the reverse, like, and it's not really nostalgia, right? Because it's not the right word, but it's like the nostalgia of the original build, and then you're building it the opposite, and you're like, wait, because this is like a rebel ship, and then you're like, wait a minute, now it's a Sith ship. Like, it just, I don't know, it's cool the way they do that. Yeah.
I want a dark version of basically everything.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I like it.
I mean, if they can venomize everything,
that's
right?
also true. If you can venomize Groot, you can do a dark anything at that point, right? Yeah. The venomized Groot is one that I'm like, I don't have. I wasn't really all that interested in, but now I've got all these other Groots. I'm like, I'm a completist, if you couldn't tell. Where I'm like, do I need to get venomized Groot?
Well, there's another Groot coming too. Or is it already out? The tracksuit Groot.
He's already out. Yeah.
I don't know what that one's actually called, but that's what it looks like to me.
It does look like a tracksuit. That's his the Ravager outfit. Their jumpsuits.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That was a fun one to build too. I did that one as a walks and builds, and it was the build I was doing actually when Body by Bricks was finishing his 1,000th mile. I was doing that build while he was doing his 1,000th mile, and I was walking and building while he was doing that. And that live was crazy. He was on Instagram. Lego showed up to the live and was like commenting and cheering him on. And like people, like him and his wife both start crying. Like, it was just crazy because who would think that Lego's going to show up to someone's live, but they were just like commenting and congratulating him, and it was just really cool. But so I'm building this build, and I was going to finish it the next day, and I fried my walking pad. So the motor in the walking pad melted, fried, burnt to a crisp. Our downstairs smelled for days. It was so bad.
Oh, shit.
I had to put it in the garage. It was like hot, like smoking. Yeah, it was awful. So that build will forever be like I fried the walking pad build.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had to get a new walking pad. Yeah. But that's all right. That's how the bison build started, actually.
Oh, because you needed something else to ride?
I needed something else to do to keep going. So I didn't want to lose the momentum.
All right. So since that's out now, where did that all come from? How did you get started? Well, I mean, just the walk-in builds.
So Body by Bricks, Chris, he started doing walks and builds. I don't think he calls it that necessarily, but he started Body by Bricks a year ago at the end of January. So it's been like a year and a couple months. He started out doing it, and it kind of got like more people doing it along the course of the year. And I was kind of watching him, and I was like, I should do that. And I don't mind talking about it. I had a ton of medical stuff going on last calendar year, and like couldn't figure out what was wrong. They kept running all these tests. Like, it was this whole thing. Turns out it's a nerve condition, but like it took forever to figure out what was going on. I was in a lot of pain, like the whole thing. So I was like, I got to get active again. I was a college athlete. Like, I want to get back to it. And, I was like, I should try that. I should try walking and building. So I had messaged him. He was like, yeah, I have a link tree. This is the stuff I have. This is what I recommend. And I waited a little bit, and I was like, I still wasn't sure because they still didn't know kind of what was going on with me. So then I finally figured out what was up, the nerve stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I had the walking pad already, the one that fried, and got the table. And the day after Christmas, I was like, I'm starting. And I just started. I did 2 brick heads. I actually, speaking of one piece, I did Luffy and I did Buggy brick heads because I was like, let me try it small. Like, I'm like, I don't even know if I can do this. Like, right. And I did it. I had a good time, which was, a huge part of it. And it just kind of went from there. And so it's been just over 4 months. And then started with walking. Then, like I said, fried the walking pad. And then was like, you know what, I'm going to try bikes and builds because I've been cycling for a long time since I was probably just out of grad school. So over 20 years now. And I was like, let me try that because I didn't want to lose that. I've got to it. I don't want to go backwards. So started the bikes and builds. That actually was a lot harder than walking and building. And did that while I was waiting on the new walking pad to show up. And then was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stick with doing both because it's different. And I don't want to steal Body by Bricks' thunder. And, he's very gracious and super supportive of everyone. He started a few group chats that I'm in with him. And he started a Discord channel for there's more than 50 people that are doing the walks and builds now. Wow. It's like a movement essentially. And so there's an Instagram chat, there's a Discord. He asked me to moderate the Discord, which I was honored by. And then the bikes and builds kind of gone from there. And now I do like mornings, I'll cycle. I'll do like a workout thing. I'll do a CMF real quick before I go to work. Then I'll come home from work. I'll either bike longer and build a brickhead or I'll walk and build. So tonight I walked and build when I got home from work. But yeah, that's sort of how it came to be.
How long did it take you to feel like you were kind of on autopilot and you didn't have to like try to share concentration?
That's a good question. So truthfully, there's days that are easier than others. Like yesterday was not like, I couldn't focus a lot. I was texting some while I was doing it. So that didn't help. And I just kind of was feeling off. Today though, I was like in the zone. And Morty had come down and we threw on Bob's Burgers, and then I was walking and building and Bob's Burgers was on, and that was great. Certain builds are definitely easier too, where you can just like get in the zone because like right now I'm building the Ford Model T as an example. There's a lot more technique in that and different build techniques. Whereas the build I did, I guess it was before that. Did I do one in between? I don't remember. I built Kevin and Doug from Up last week I was on Old Man Building Bricks' live on Instagram and we were building that together and I was walking while building. That was easier because it's more of like a chunk build. Like it's a solid, you're building like Kevin is like the bird and then Doug is the dog. And it's just, I don't know. It's the technique though is so much more like you have to get the pin in. It's a little more complicated, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. When I started, I definitely drop pieces a lot. That's also the worst thing. They shoot right off the back of that treadmill.
Was it hard to find after that?
Well, luckily I've got like 4 feet and then a bookshelf. So usually they're somewhere. They don't go very far. But I got to get them. I got to get off and get them before the dogs do.
Oh.
Because they're like, our one dog is like, something hit the floor and is immediately like looking for it. So, yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a Roomba on the ready.
Yeah, on the ready.
It's kind of standing at a pen.
Yeah, that's right. Body by Bricks calls them brick burpees. You got to get off of the walking pad and get down and get it, and then get back up and get back on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, well, I don't know if it's like funny, haha, but like the amount of people who are now doing this walks and builds thing, and I think like he's awesome. Like I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to him, but I don't think he thought, like, when he was starting this, that this many people would join in on this, and it's like a lot of people. And people are at all different places in it too, which is really cool. Like, and everyone's very supportive, which is awesome. Like, that's the cool thing about the Lego community overall, is everyone's pretty supportive. But it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
It reminds me of what was it? What were they called? You remember Scion, the car brand?
Yeah.
They had like little Scion clubs.
Yeah.
That little like sub community within the car community kind of makes me think of that. Although
yeah, it's like a little sub community. That's probably
yeah. Although walking and building, that's pretty cool. It's good for you in so many different ways. Driving a Scion may not have been so good for
not so safe.
Yeah.
Long run. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, those cars were interesting. Very boxy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, conceptually, they were great, though. You know, you can buy your first car fully equipped, every bell and whistle for like, I think they started at like $12,000 back then.
Yeah, they were not expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
imagine buying a new off the lot fully equipped car for 12 grand now.
No way.
I don't think you can get a moped for that price.
No, you definitely couldn't. No way. Yeah. No way. That's great. I mean, yeah, but that was a while ago too, though, right? Were cars back then probably closer to like 20, 25 grand, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that was Scion, was late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a few minutes now. Jesus. Somehow I date myself every friggin' episode.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. We both did it on that one.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Streamathon, so Body by Bricks did an earlier hour the day I did, and I would message him and I said, I think I'm gonna do, for every $10, I'm gonna do a mile the next day. I was like, do you want in? And he's like, you're playing with fire, my friend. He's like, no, thank you. And now that I did it, I was like, yeah, I see why he was like, I think I'm all set.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, great for the cause. I mean, you absolutely killed it.
Worked well. Yeah, it worked well. Yeah. But yeah, it was, well, it's funny, the two things about it. One, I did a lot of the miles on the bike, so that helps because you can bike a lot more miles in a shorter amount of time. But the other part was, and I didn't know this yet at the time, the way I was tracking my miles walking was actually very off from accurate. And so I technically did over 2 extra more miles that day, not realizing.
Oops.
Yeah, it's all right. But it's good for me. In the end, it's good for me.
Yep.
That's the takeaway.
And it was fantastic for the charity. I think like half of the donations came just from you, or possibly more than that.
My parents were awesome in giving, and then a couple people I work with, which was really awesome. And but yeah, it was fun. Yeah. It was good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I will not be doing that for our charity event.
No.
No.
For every $10, you're not going to do a mile of something?
No. Yeah. For our event, I personally am live for 24 hours.
That's crazy.
I would die if there was any of that involved.
Any of the physical activity. How do you do that? So do you like get up and move around? Do you like, you must, I would have to think, right?
Yeah. So this desk, it's one of the push button desks, so I can stand up and sit down and go back and forth, and it's on wheels. So if I get especially agitated, I can
move around. Yeah. Okay. Because that's a long time. And then what's your how do you fuel? Do you obviously drinking water and stuff like that, but is your give a go-to snack or something that you make?
No. So what I did for this one is there's 5 or 10 minute overlaps between people I have coming on.
Yeah.
So they can hang out together and I could dip off screen for a couple of minutes.
Oh, that's smart.
And actually eat something and
get a restroom break, etc.
Yeah. And brush my teeth on occasion.
Yeah, I get that.
After I drank 70 gallons of coffee.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And a lot of talking. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of coffee, lots of water.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm not one to really eat much anyway, but you got to eat once a day.
Yeah, you have to eat at least, a little bit.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I couldn't possibly do that on a walking pad or a bike. I would
No,
never survive.
no, not for 24 hours. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little too close to 50 for that nonsense at this point.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, for 24 hours too, especially. Yeah, there was a job I had once. I worked at a batting cage when I was in grad school, and this guy was doing a fundraiser. I forget exactly what for, and if it was for a world record, maybe might have been, but something about he had to hit. He was going to hit off of a pitching machine for 24 hours, essentially.
Oh my God.
There was a certain number of hits or pitches he had to do to break the record, and he was doing it as a fundraiser or whatever. So we had to stay open, like staffed, to man him doing this. But he had the like yard gloves. That's what he was wearing. You know, you're holding on to a bat and hitting for hours, and he did it. I mean, this was a long time ago now, but that was crazy. You know, to watch him, I was like, wow. Like, it was like 2 a.m. when he finished.
Did he actually break the record?
Yeah, he did.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was crazy though. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
The things people get themselves involved with.
Yeah, like this will be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many jelly beans can I fit in my mouth in one time?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And the next thing you know, it's the newest TikTok.
See, yeah. What's funny is my wife walked by just as I said that, but she only hears one side of the conversation. I'm not eating jelly beans right now.
Like, uh-oh, what's going to happen over there?
Yeah.
And then you cough like, oh God, is he choking? Yeah. That's not good.
Nobody'd be surprised. I get myself involved in all kinds of stupid things.
Yeah, it happens. Hey, keeps it interesting, I think.
Yeah. So the walking pad, what kind of space does that take up? Because it's a pad. It's not a full treadmill. So I imagine it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller. It's like the one I have now is one that Body by Bricks recommended, and I'm almost 6 feet tall. He's over 6 feet tall, and so it's longer. So for a longer stride, it's nice because actually the one I fried was shorter, and I could feel myself stepping off the back sometimes, like if you really got your speed up. But it's like, I want to say it's like 4 feet long, and I don't know, it's not very wide. You do blow out the sides of your shoes on it because it's not as wide as a treadmill. So because you're not fully paying attention because you're building, you'll end up like clipping the side of your shoe on the plastic. These like rivets in the sides of my shoes, but it doesn't take up much space. It's on wheels. You can push it up like against the wall, put it in a closet or something. Yeah. So I leave mine out, but I've got gates around it because I don't know if you saw my post the other day, because the dog, our younger dog is a wild man, as we call him, and he will cut the corner running through the room and run across it like the wrong way, so it moves the belt, because he's like 80 pounds, so it's not like, he, not on purpose, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he hits it and the whole thing moves. So we put the gate so he has to go around it, but yeah, he's a wild man.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's 4 feet, the average stride is somewhere right around 3 feet or so, right? Yeah. So it gives you enough room. That's cool.
Yeah. And this one has like you can get the incline on it if you want. I usually walk at about like 4.2 when I really get up, like going. I warm up a little bit first. But like it can go maybe up to 6. This one that I have now it's pretty, like it's sturdy. Definitely the one I fried didn't feel as like legit as this one does. Yeah.
Do they get real expensive? Like, is there a decent range on them? Like, you get the discount model, top of the line. It's a good range.
Yeah, I mean, this one, I think it was maybe $230. It wasn't that bad. Like
the better one was $230.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that bad. And the one that kind of fell apart on me was not that much, which, you get what you pay for, but it had, I didn't think it didn't have terrible reviews, but I don't know, something weird happened. The good news though is I hadn't had it that long, so the company actually gave me a refund.
Nice.
And they were like, just throw it out, like forget it, because they ever like sent us some pictures, and I did, and they're like, yeah, we'll just give you a refund. But yeah, they aren't that expensive, which is nice.
Okay, so 230. That's like half of what I was expecting.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
actually
pretty
really
sure it
good.
was that. It could have been maybe a little bit more, but I don't think it was that bad. And the thing that's interesting is there's a few people that start the walks and builds who have full treadmills, and they're like trying to figure out how to get a desk because with the the treadmills have the big screens and then the arms that come down and everything.
Yeah.
And so a few people have gotten real creative, which is cool, like to see like, but then it's a little flimsy and God forbid it falls and then the pieces are everywhere and the whole thing. But you know, so the walking pad is better for the walking and building for that reason because you don't have that big screen and all that stuff. But people that already have treadmills are figuring out ways to make it work, which is neat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And a walking pad that fits whether you're using it for the sake of building or you could use it just at a regular desk.
Yeah.
Operating that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just a regular standing desk that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would those work on carpet?
I think fine.
Yeah.
I have it on I guess it's on a hard floor in my house, but I don't see why it wouldn't work on carpet. Okay. I mean, you might get more pet hair or something like that because of the static, but I don't think because it has little like feet, so you could make it so it's up a little higher, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. You thinking about it?
I mean, that's not a bad price.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, I'm gonna check right now on my phone.
All right.
But I don't think it was that bad. And you already have the standing desk, you just said.
Yep. Yeah, the only concern there would be the piles of bulk Lego we keep under the desk.
You'll figure it out. You'll find some of those.
Yeah. I could just sort it all and put it away. That's.
Yeah, sure.
It just grows back.
That's the one thing I've been thinking about doing. I have so many little bricks to sort. I have a huge Ziploc bag. I'm almost done with one huge Ziploc bag, and I have a whole nother one. And I'm like, could I sort and walk? But then you get a little sweaty, so they start sticking to your fingers. I don't know, all those little pieces. But
then you drop less.
That is true. Also sort less because they're all stuck to your hand.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about that as like maybe this summer or something, like, because you do go through sets because you're keeping yourself motivated to walk, so you're keeping up with the sets. So the next thing you know, you're like, I got to get another set, right? And then you're like, but there's nothing I really am overly jazzed about. So now what? So that's why I was like, I could, this way I can sort all these bricks I need to sort.
Yeah.
So let's see. It's telling me, okay, 315.
That's
there's a different one that's 283.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that range is still pretty good.
Yeah, I'll message it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up until recently, because we've put a couple other ridiculous things on our plate. When I was sorting, I was going on TikTok and doing TikTok lives while I sorted or while I was listing on Bricklink, whatever. Yeah. And when you don't have a big following on TikTok, it's just kind of you talking to yourself, and occasionally somebody will dip in and say a word.
Yeah.
But you're not really entertaining yourself so much. So having an additional component might help.
Yes. No, that's true. Yeah, because then you could be walking and doing it, and because your sorting is pretty monotonous.
It's lonely business.
Yeah, it is. That's right. No matter what you're doing it for, too, whether it be for Bricklink posting or just sorting to sort, like, it's brutal.
And doing it while watching TV is harder than doing it while talking, because you get sucked in, or it's why are you even bothering, because the TV is just noise. You might as well listen to music at that point.
Yeah, because you're doing this, but you could talk and do this while you're without looking up. Yeah.
And it's I don't think you have. Do you have to have 1,000 followers, friends, or whatever it is on Instagram?
I think on Instagram you do. That's what someone told me recently.
Okay. We definitely don't have that.
Somebody someone was like, oh, I tried to go live and I couldn't So they were on TikTok because they couldn't be on Instagram. I forget who it was. But then was it Memphis who told me that on TikTok you have to go live 3 times for a half an hour before you can join someone else's live on TikTok or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't go live. I'm trying to remember how this went. I could not go live on TikTok at first, and then I moved over to a business account because Brick Dynasty is actually a registered business. We did that, all the paperwork and whatnot. And then I think I did my first live with like 150 followers over there.
On TikTok.
On TikTok.
Mm-hmm. But you could do that, but I think you couldn't be like, if I was on, I haven't done it yet, but if I was doing a TikTok and I was like, oh, join me. But if you hadn't gone live 3 times or something for a half an hour, you couldn't, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's eventually we'll get to 1,000 on Instagram, and then maybe we'll make use of that.
But that's so interesting to me. You don't have 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Nope. We did basically nothing with Instagram until maybe the last 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Oh, well, that explains it. 3 or 4 months. Yeah. Very limited.
Yeah. It hasn't been very long. I mean, we've been on there for a long time.
Yeah, but not posting or whatever.
No. And I don't take pictures of basically anything. I'm a very in the moment kind of person.
Yep.
And almost too in the moment where I forget that there's an option to even record what's and then it's like, oh man, that would have been really great content, but the moment's over.
Yeah.
So
it happens. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I've not gotten into at all. Is like, I try to remember to do it, but the different where people will take like the speed, like they'll speed up the build and they'll do a video of the time lapse of their builds and stuff like that. I'm not good at that. Like, I like taking the pictures, and I can do an okay reel, but I'm not good at that kind of stuff. And I don't remember, like, I'll be building and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to take a picture. Like, I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, see, there it is. You're in the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then you finish and you're like, oh, well, here it is done. Take a picture.
I did one build where I recorded the process, and I very intentionally built, like, I knew I was building it purely to record the process.
Yeah.
So I set myself up for it ahead of time, and it was the only one I ever followed through and actually edited. I had a blast. It was a great time.
Yeah.
It was like a 5 or 6 hour build, and I think the video is 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What did you build?
The Source Dragon Emotion.
Okay. Yeah.
That dragon was fantastic. It's so big.
Okay.
It was an awesome build. I really enjoyed it. And I had a good time editing the video and everything else that went with it. And it's like, man, that was a lot of fun. I do not have time to ever do this again.
So it's funny that was what you built, because I literally just bought that. It's on back order, but I just ordered it. So funny that that was what you said. Literally earlier today, I was looking at it.
It was a great build.
I'm excited about
it. So for that dragon, the Cole's Dragon mech, the big Cole's mech, is actually big enough to straddle that dragon.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, they look really cool together.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yep. And I think what is it? Lloyd's new giant mech is in the same scale, so that can probably ride one of the bigger dragons as well.
That's really neat that they did it that way. That's really cool. Yeah. That's the different genre completely, but the Mario Kart builds. I just finished Luigi, the bigger one, and it's really cool because you can swap them in the carts.
Really?
I just think it's so cool that they fit, like, because they're the same scale. But the carts are completely different. It's pretty neat that they come up with the ways to do that. Yeah.
Do you think they'll do a Peach?
I really want them to. I need them to, and I need a Toad.
Yeah.
Do you play Mario Kart? Are you a Mario Kart guy?
No.
No. So we play a lot of Mario Kart. Morty and I have little tournaments against each other, and I'm always Toadette. Like, I don't know what it is, but I always pick her. Morty always switches what she's doing, but I know they would never make that scale of a Toadette. So I would love a Toad and a Peach, though. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I wonder if they could find a way to make make Bowser fit in a car. Like, just release the car so everyone could pull the mighty
So you
Bowser.
have Bowser, you can put him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to be a big car.
That Bowser is just about perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's what I built during the streamathon, actually.
Yeah.
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 No, that build that's an awesome build. And I adjusted the stand so it can fit in the Halix Cube shelf, because it's just too wide, but you can flip it to the back and then it fits in perfect, which is neat. Yeah.
Yeah. The Mario 18 Plus line is damn near flawless.
Yeah.
They've done such a great job with everything they've put out there.
Yeah. No, that I would agree with that. And I think that would be pretty crazy. That cart, I'm just thinking that cart for that Bowser would have to be. But if they did his like muscle car, the smaller one they did.
Yep.
If you did that in that scale, to your point, like, you could just sell the car.
Yeah.
And he could stand in there, like, because he could stand in there.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to remember like the actual source material. Doesn't Bowser kind of hang out of that car a little bit too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it doesn't need to be.
The arms are kind of like, he's like this.
Yeah. Like, it's like a 12-year-old driving a Barbie Jeep. Yeah.
His feet probably don't reach the pedals either. The shell gets in the way.
Yeah.
We have great ideas. We need rubber duckies. We need a Bowser cart. Great ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would love to see a Peach. That would be neat.
Yeah. They have a lot of options there.
Well, there's so many characters in Mario Kart. They could do tons. They've built the smaller ones, right? Like, I've built a bunch on the next day doing all those miles, but they could do the endless possibilities with all the different characters. And they're big hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they keep selling and everybody's excited about it.
Yeah.
And even when they got a little experimental and they did Mario riding Luigi, that thing's weird and it's not for everybody, but it's pretty all right. I mean, for something.
The Yoshi?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
That's what I thought you meant. I was like, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Yeah, no, that build was so cool. And the way that it moves, like Yoshi's tongue coming out, and then you can crank, and it actually, his legs go. That was, and again, there was a bunch of Technic, and I know not everyone's a big Technic person, but it was a really cool build. I would agree with you.
Yeah, and not for everybody, but they didn't mess with it. It was just,
And it's so I like hemmed and hawed about that set for a while before I decided to pull the trigger, and I'm really glad I did, because the pictures of it don't do it justice, because like you don't get the full vibe of the pixelated until you see it in person. And then when you see it in person and then you step back, it's just like, it's really pretty to look at. Like, the colors are just so awesome. And when you're looking at the pictures of it, it almost dilutes it, where you're like, but then in person, it's really good. I agree.
It's a lot more two-dimensional in pictures, which now that I've said the words out loud, obviously it's two-dimensional in pictures, but I think you know what
I do know what you meant. I know what you meant. Yeah. No, that's a good analogy, like, because there's other builds like that too, though, where not all of them, right? But some where you see it on the box and you're like, meh, or you see the like image online, but then you build it and you're like, oh, this is way better than what the pictures make it look like. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's been another one recently where I had that same thought and I can't remember now what it was, but yeah. Really cool.
Yeah. There's a few out there too that are much bigger than you expect them to be.
Yeah.
The new Black Pearl, that freaking thing is huge.
Oh, I haven't seen it in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's big.
This way or this way? Both. The whole
I'm
thing.
trying to remember, it's 28 inches tall.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and that's with the mast and everything else, but still, that's
But like
that's
shelf
tall.
space, to your point.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing that's killing me lately is the taller sets, because it's like where to put them.
yep.
Because the longer sets are a little bit easier to find somewhere, but the taller sets are really hard.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, all of my display space is up there.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah, so
Short.
it really complicates things.
Yeah.
Now, again, once the kids get a little older, things
Sure.
can start coming down. But
Yeah.
all of the lower space is dedicated to essentially Minecraft for
Yeah.
my daughter. And,
Yeah, makes sense.
I
Yeah,
do put Bull's Mech in her little area. But
the crazy thing that's happened living here in this house is we've slowly, literally, there's Lego. I don't think there's a room in the house, including the bathrooms, that don't have Lego in them. It's just taken over. So we use it to decorate. We've got it everywhere. Yeah.
that's the advantage of being with somebody who shares the hobby.
Correct.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. And she, I mean, similarly, like she's big into the Lumi brick builds too, and like the fantasy stuff. So we've got different things in different places, and it's also the benefit of we don't have kids, so we don't have that to contend with in terms of like A, don't touch it, but B, also you want your own Lego, just all that stuff. So yeah, full advantage.
Yeah, imagine if you had, two other people in the house that you'd have to pay for their collection. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And also then be like, please don't touch my collection.
Yeah. That gets tough, especially if you're intentionally keeping a backlog, for investment purposes or,
any of those things. Yeah.
Just saving for a holiday,
Yeah.
We'll stash this away for a birthday gift. And it's like,
yeah.
Well, there goes that.
Yeah. Nope. Don't have that problem.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Freaking kids.
So funny.
Right. So what's your setup for the bike? Do you use the same desk?
No. So on the bike, I ride on Zwift, which is an online platform where you have a avatar, and it Bluetooth connects to. It's a Wahoo Kicker, which is a brand. It's like a kind of like a trainer, but it's meant for indoor riding. Okay. They connect, and I actually, both of us, because Morty also rides, but we have their brand bike, and it so it's made for their program, but it's not Peloton. It's different. So it more mimics like riding outside.
Okay.
So what it does is it like resists, like if your little avatar is going uphill, it'll resist like you're going uphill. Like it gives you more of a true workout. But their bike comes with, it has like a spot for your iPad, then like a spot for your phone or your water bottle or whatever. It's like flat. Then you get your bike handles, and then you're biking. So I measured it, and I actually found a tray that fits perfectly on the spot for like the water bottle or your phone. So I'll dump the BrickHead bricks, or like I was doing those Mario Kart builds. I do smaller builds when I'm biking because it's too much. Like you've got too much and you got to shift. There's too much going on. But I'll dump them into the tray, and then build them from the tray. And I'll put the instruction booklet. I have a little like music stand sort of flattened out, so I can flip the pages because my iPad's being used for the actual biking part. So yeah, it works out pretty well. I haven't really knocked the tray on the ground yet, which is good, because at first I was really worried I was going to
knock on wood for that.
Yeah. Well, the nice part is the thing it sits on is rubber, so it has some grip to it, so it doesn't go flying off. But I was doing initially, because I was just getting back into things like I was talking about. So I was doing it more like just like casually. I'd be like spinning and building or whatever. But since I've been getting in better shape and so forth, then I've started to really do the bike workout, and then like I'll build at the end. So as I'm like cooling down, because I've like gotten in the full-fledged workout, as opposed to like kind of taking it slow the whole time sort of thing. So, but it's worked out pretty well. Yeah.
Do you find, I guess one of two directions. Do you find that you're exercising more because of Lego, or do you find that you're building Lego more because of exercising?
Definitely the first one.
Okay.
So I've never been this excited to exercise. Like, I mean, like I said, I was a college athlete. Like the cardio part, like I've never been this excited. Like today I came home from work, I was exhausted. If this was like 4 or 5 months ago, because I had just meetings all day. If this was 4 or 5 months ago, I would just been like, I'm just gonna sit on the couch, like, whatever. But like I came home, I changed, and I walked and built for I did like 3.5 miles of walking because it's just like I want to build this set. There's some level of like um self-discipline around like I bought this set to walk and build. I bought these brick heads for biking and build. Like I cannot build them unless I'm doing that.
Okay.
So that like, and I've stuck with that. Like I've actually made more sets, walks and build sets than I thought it. Like I was like, oh, I got this to sit and build. And I end up doing it as a walk and build because I need a set. But the discipline around that, but I've never been this excited or this motivated to be like, all right, gonna get on the walking pad. Like, for an hour and not just sit on the couch for an hour, or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah.
So when are you going to start having affiliate links for the bike and the pad?
So that's a great question. So I don't know. So the bike though, what's interesting, I just did a video. When was that? I guess a couple days ago, because people were asking me about the bike setup. Most of the people that do the walks and builds were like, hey, what do you have for bike? Because in the chat, I'll say like, if I did a huge ride this past Sunday. I did a 26-mile ride that was 1,900 feet of elevation in the 26 miles. It took me over 2 hours. It was like, and that was like, it wasn't like the biking after the charity streamathon where I was kind of building the whole time. So I really wasn't putting my all into it. I was like pushing the whole time. But so I posted that I had done that, and people were like, well, what's your setup, kind of thing. So I did a video and I tagged all of them in it. So I figure if I do a few more of those, maybe they'll be like, oh, that's a thing. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah, a brand deal would be cool.
Yeah, it would, especially because it's like the biking part is definitely unique. I think I'm one of the only people doing that, but yeah.
What is the brand on the bike?
Zwift, ZWIFT.
Yeah, let me look that up quick.
The cool thing with their bike, so you could do like a regular, like you could have a road bike or mountain bike or whatever and throw it on a trainer that has the Bluetooth and it'll work. Like you don't need to have their bike. We went with their bike though because it gives you some steering capabilities, and they were doing there, and I think they still do it. But if you use your HSA, they give you a discount. So your HSA can pay for it, and they'll give you a discount on the bike itself. So that was pretty cool because we were like looking at them. It's not inexpensive. It's a pretty expensive bike, but that part was pretty neat that was an option. So.
What did I just? Oh, interesting. Did you say ZW? Okay.
Yeah, ZWIFT.
That's what made sense to me, but somehow autocorrect changed it to ZEIFT, which I didn't know that could possibly even be a word. You learn some interesting words when you type enough things into the internet.
There you go.
IFT. All right. Oh my God, I'm all thumbs when I shouldn't even say I'm all thumbs because it's phone typing here. Whatever. Okay. Well, now I have that down so I can look at it later.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been using their biking program for more than 10 years now. Wow. So this is a new part for me of that. So this is the most consistent I've been, I will definitely say. Yeah.
So you said you have to shift on that as well, like a real bike?
So if you're on a real bike, like doing the trainer, yeah, you got to use your regular shifts. Their bike has well, I don't have a fancy bike like they do in like the Tour de France, but I imagine some bikes might have the version of shifting that they do, but mine do not, my outdoor bikes. But they're like you like squeeze it and it shifts. So you know, you can just similar. It mimics what you would do on a bike outside.
Okay. Yeah. Is there an automatic version for the people who like to get very distracted?
I mean, you could just set it in the lowest possible gear and hope for the best and just go and not shift. So then, but then when you're on a flat, you would really not go anywhere because you'd be just like spinning air at that point. But you could do that, I guess. You'd still be spinning.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah.
But no resistance at that point.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
that sounds awful.
But they have like their routes, so their whole program is all these different routes, and like it's called Watopia is their made up. That was their original land, if you will, or their made up world, and they've slowly added other worlds. So they'll have guest worlds. So like sometimes you can ride in New York, or you can ride in McCurry Islands, which is sort of like a play off of Japan or Scotland. Richmond, Virginia, of all places, is one of them. Like just different. And there's different routes, and some of them, like France and Paris, and you can ride like Champs-Élysées, just like in, the Tour de France, different things like that. But so some of the routes, they're flat. So you could easily do a flat route, set the gear to what makes sense for you so you have some resistance, and then just do the route and not have to worry about like, oh, I was supposed to shift or whatever. You could definitely do that. Yeah.
I can just picture building and all of a sudden it's like, this is hard.
Yeah.
I don't want hard.
That has happened to me where I'm like, I've got to shift. Like I'm going uphill now. Yeah. The ride I did Sunday, it was like estimated, it was like a 2.5 hour ride. This was the estimate it was saying. And I was like, okay, so, you're an hour and a half in, and I'm like, I've only got a couple miles left. I'm feeling really good. It was only taking an hour and a half. And then the last 2 miles was like 16% grade all the way up for the 2 miles. So 45 minutes later, you've made it to the top. So then I was like, this is why it said 2.5 hours.
Yeah. That sounds brutal.
Yeah. So after, you'd already ridden 23 miles and climbed a couple hills and but it's good. I'm enjoying it. And like I said, it's good for me. So I'm like, it's a win-win. But yeah.
You get to the top of that one, you should plant a flag.
Yeah, well, what I did was I did a U-turn and rode right back down it. Yeah, because I was like, well, I'm going to enjoy this. I just climbed up it. I'm going to go back down it.
Yeah, coast.
That's right. Yeah.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No.
No.
You?
Yeah, you should go and do the bike down the volcano.
Oh, okay.
It's, I don't know, top 5 most amazing experiences of my life. And since you can actually ride a bike.
What island is it on?
Haleakala.
That's Maui?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that was in Maui. Haleakala is the volcano.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's cool. You go up, you take a bus to the top, you watch the sunrise, and then you bike down the volcano and through town, and
that's really neat.
It's amazing, and it's fast.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, well, so, and you must have some switchback, or is it just straight down?
There's a lot of turns involved.
Okay.
There's a lot of braking involved.
That would, yes, I would imagine. No. Or you're just literally going to be careening down. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some spots that are pretty sketchy for sure.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I've been on a bike twice in the last 25 years, and they've both been in that spot. So for the people who don't ride bikes, it's safe, best to stay with the group kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you can tell who goes up and spends time on a bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it starts and then you just don't see them again until
they're gone. They're gone. Because they're not braking. They're just going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's worth the flight purely for that.
It sounds pretty awesome. Yeah. If I ever get out there, I definitely will have to check it out.
It's like the world's worst spot to travel to.
I mean, And lately, right, with
maybe
all the
not the world's
flooding.
worst. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are several places that are worse to travel to at the moment.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
But-
Hawaii's just far. You fly to California and you're halfway. You know,
yeah, right.
It's ridiculous.
You're almost there, but
Yeah.
not really. Yeah.
But I guess if you get to Hawaii, you're halfway to Australia, right?
That's true. You might as well just do that.
Yeah.
The one of the things we did a couple years back is we hiked Mount Rainier in Washington. Washington.
Nice.
And that's a volcano too. But that was crazy because it was the end of June and it was 85% snow cover still.
Wow.
So we didn't go all the way to summit or any of that, but just even doing like we went up to like Panoramic Point, which is called, where you see like the Tatoosh Mountain Range and you can see off like Mount St. Helen and you can see like for miles. That was really cool, but people hike that wearing skis. So they'll hike up in their skis and then ski down.
My God.
And
That's
so,
got to be awful.
so we're like hiking, right? We probably should have had better shoes. We had like hiking sneakers. You know, we didn't even have baskets or any of that, which hindsight's 2020, there was a lot of snow still. But so you're just like, you know, we're like hiking. These people are literally like hiking in their long skis. It was crazy. And there's very narrow trails.
I would think you'd like throw those on your back or something.
Yeah, right on your bag or something.
Yeah,
no.
to wear them like katanas.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, but they just had them on their feet, just off they went, and they like flew by us. Right, they're gone, even just with their skis. We were like, all right, see ya. They're locals, right?
So okay,
they do it,
so
they
not
do
their
it every
first
day.
time.
Yeah, they do it every day. One guy's chatted with us for a little bit. He's like, yeah, I live around here, and we just do this for fun. I'm like, okay.
Meeting locals while you're on the road is the best.
Yeah, especially friendly ones.
Yeah,
who are willing to like tell you their story. Yeah.
That's how you find the best food too.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the locals always know. If you go on, you know, whatever it is, you go on like TripAdvisor or something, all you get is advice from other tourists.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a tourist. You want to be a professional traveler. Talk to the locals.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very true.
Save a lot of money too, which helps.
Also true. Because you're not getting in those traps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
very true.
when you're buying that much Lego, you need to not go where the tourists go.
That's right. That's right. Because you have to have the money for the Lego. That's right. Yeah. What's your go-to like cuisine? Is if you had to pick a cuisine?
Pizza, pretty much. I'm a simple kind of guy. Pizza and burgers are easy on the road.
Fair.
There are also bad pizza is better than most mediocre everything else.
That's also fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fair. Yeah. Fair. So I have a gluten allergy.
Okay.
So
That
pizza on
makes
the
pizza
road
hard.
is challenging.
Yeah.
But Five Guys is a go-to for me because it's very hard to eat on go, like traveling, car trips, etc., because you can't really eat fast food or anything like that. But Five Guys, because they don't sell breaded like chicken fingers and stuff, so you can eat their fries, and they'll do their burger in like a lettuce bun.
Oh, okay.
So that's my go-to spot. Yeah.
Awesome. That works out well.
Mm-hmm.
Buns are ridiculous because all they are is a way to keep your hands a little cleaner while you eat a burger.
That's right. You don't really need it.
No, it's their only purpose is to skip a utensil. Really.
Well, and gluten-free buns, A, aren't worth it, and B, there's always an upcharge. They're like gluten-free bun available, but for $3 more. And it's like, it's not just going to fall apart. Why do I need that?
Oh, man.
Because the gluten is what holds it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even got glue in the word.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I hadn't even thought of that before.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So a lot of times I'm like, forget it. Just put it on my plate. I don't need a bun.
Yeah. There was a time where I was a vegan back in, I don't know, the late 90s, just young and stupid and whatever. I thought it would be a cool thing to do. And actually, I really enjoyed it and I felt great. But eating was hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. And my appetite is huge. So getting full as a vegan is very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're, it's a broke teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get the, what the hell was it? The portobello mushroom burger. And it was delicious, the sauteed giant mushroom.
Yeah.
But then you get to the point where it's like, it's just all this bread
Mm-hmm.
around this awesome mushroom.
Yeah.
But the bread was the filling part.
Yes.
Like, man.
That was what was
sucks.
filling up your vegan eating habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I found out you couldn't even eat Ruby Tuesday's bread because of all the stuff that was in it, even though they claimed that you could. It was a bad story.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't know that I heard that one, but yeah.
Yeah. I miss Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah, that salad bar.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were great.
I had a friend in college who waitressed at Ruby Tuesdays. And, so we'd go in close to closing because they wanted to clear out the salad bar because they don't want it to go to waste. So we would just get to eat salad bar for nothing because they would be like, yeah, come eat the salad bar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. They were one of the only salad bars that had sesame seeds that weren't slimy.
That's true.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very specific detail. But yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Went to what was it? The Hometown Buffet a lot as a kid, and they had sunflower seeds there, but they were always oddly shiny.
Yeah.
And when you scoop them up, they would frequently come up in clumps.
Yeah.
And you can't eat that.
It's not good. You don't want those.
Yeah.
Right.
It shouldn't look like white rice when you pick up your sunflower.
That's right. It's like a sunflower seed, like what are those, like protein balls?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, all those, like most of those chain restaurants are gone now, right? Like,
yeah, I think so.
There's a few sticking around, but there's not many.
Was it Chili's and Applebee's?
Yeah.
I think might be it.
Outback, maybe?
Yeah, I think Outback's still around.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, because like Red Lobster was supposed to be closing, but the one that's near us here is still open. So we're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Red Lobster always seems sketchy to me.
Well, especially the further you go inland.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't seem And if you're eating Red Lobster and you're on the ocean or whatever, why are you even eating Red Lobster? You have other options. Yeah.
Yeah. Because all the good fresh stuff is available locally.
Yeah. Just go down and get it. Yeah.
Hey, it's Click and Cliff. What's going on?
Hey, Click and Cliff.
Yeah. That's one of the advantages of this area. If you go to a place where something says it's fresh caught, it is.
Yes. That's right. I lived in Rhode Island for a while, and my roommate at the time, we went down to like right on you just go get lobster right off the boat, literally as they're pulling up.
Yeah, it's what do they call that? With I don't know, regular meat, farm to table, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, or just like right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Atlantic is a very big farm. Mm-hmm. It's a very small ocean, but it's a very big farm.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a very dirty ocean.
That's also true. But yeah, like that kind of thing where you can't, and then it's like people are like, "Oh, Red Lobster," and it's like, why are you going there? Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than going to Olive Garden for some high-end Italian, right?
That's also true.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing. So a woman I work with, there's a lot of really good Italian restaurants around here, like really, really good. There's a whole little section of town called Little Italy, and just really good just from the way people have migrated and so forth. But she was like having dinner with like a former mentee who was back in town and was like, let's get dinner and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, where do you want to get dinner? She's like, I really want Olive Garden. This is the mentee. And the woman I work with is like, you have all of these like authentic Italian restaurants and you want Olive Garden, which you could probably get wherever it is that you live now. But she's like, so she got it. So the next day we were like, how did it go? And she's like, 1, it's not that good. And 2, it's so expensive. And then it's like, and then we have all these other options, and that's what, but yeah.
it doesn't make sense for it to be that expensive because pasta is like the absolute cheapest thing that you can put on a plate.
Pasta is pasta. And then that salad is just like, I feel like it's a bag of like the garden mix you get at the store dumped into a bowl with some Italian dressing.
Yeah, but you get an infinite amount, which is a good feature.
And those breadsticks.
Oh, those breadsticks are great. And really, they're nothing that special either.
No.
But again, they're served right to you and plentiful.
And you can have as many as you want.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, Shy's here too. What's going on, Shy? Good to see you.
Hey, Shy.
Yeah. So Olive Garden is to Italian what Domino's is to like pizza.
Yeah.
Because Domino's is not the pizza you think of when you think of pizza.
No.
But in a pinch, it's like, I need something cheap, resembling pizza, whatever, that it can be ready in no time at all.
Resembling pizza.
Yeah. I mean, it's the right shape.
Yeah. That's a standard.
Yeah. Just write down on a piece of paper, how you would describe pizza. And that's what's in the box.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. What's your go-to topping on pizza?
At a real pizza place, just pepperoni.
Okay.
At Domino's, we've been doing pepperoni, mushroom, and olive.
Okay.
That's worked out well.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
A little more bang for your buck because it's the same price for 3 toppings.
Yeah, 3 toppings. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We do pizza at home a lot. Morty makes gluten-free crust. Like we do it on Friday nights. And so lately we've been doing sausage and mushroom. And then a lot of times pepperoni and mushroom. But yeah, it's a go-to on a Friday. It's like, it's the weekends here. We're going to have pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. The mushroom adds just like a little different texture. And somehow it's like a mouth surprise every time. It's like, oh, hey, what's this doing here?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. There's a couple places near us that do gluten-free pizza, and one of them does a Detroit style gluten-free pizza, but you have to like catch them because they'll run out. So if you call too late on like the weekend, they'll be like, oh, sorry, we're out for today. Cause it goes so fast. So it's the thicker like crust and everything.
Okay.
It's really good.
Detroit style. So it's just the crust that's different?
Yeah. It's almost like hopefully no one here is from Detroit and is going to be offended with my description as someone who grew up in the Northeast, but it's like, it's almost like almost looks like focaccia. Like it's thicker, but it's crust. So it's like, it's not focaccia, but it's like smooth on top. It's not that, it's like a pizza crust. So like you have your sauce and everything, but it's just this like thicker, lighter crust. It's really good.
Cool.
I've just never, ever, ever, in my gluten-free years found it available in anything that's not like a smaller circle pizza.
Okay. All right. So you're not going to be able to do Chicago pizza then?
No, not unless I can find somewhere that does gluten-free.
That's a weird experience. Their pizza is like cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. It's like this thick, weird thing.
It's upside down.
Yeah. It's upside down.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, if I can find somewhere that's gluten-free.
Oh. Yeah. Sauce doesn't belong on top of a pizza. Like on top of the cheese and toppings and everything.
So it's like reverse.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a thing there's like a thing in Pennsylvania, it's called tomato pie.
Yeah, I think that's probably about the same idea.
So it's like the crust, tomato sauce, and then like tomato pie, proper tomato pie, has just like a sprinkling of Parmesan cheese on top.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was whatever kind of meats and stuff you're going to have, then your cheese, and then the sauce.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's a strange situation.
Yeah. Definitely different.
I mean, the upside is that it's very filling. So instead of getting a large to myself, we could split a medium, and it was all right.
Because it's the thicker crust.
Oh, yeah.
There's that bread again, filling you up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like really thick. Like, what was that gross thing we used to eat as a kid? that I would absolutely eat now. Strawberry shortcake, like that,
Oh,
the
yeah,
weird
okay.
cup thing.
Uh-huh.
Just picture
Yep.
that giant, but made of bread.
And
Right.
then pizza, but
Yeah.
not really because the sauce is on top.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
very strange situation.
I have a visual now, kind of.
Yep.
It's a weird visual, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather have the strawberry shortcake. It's a much better deal.
That you're like that I wouldn't eat now.
Yeah. Well, I should have said that I shouldn't eat now.
Oh, shouldn't.
Yeah.
Wouldn't. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, one of most things isn't going to hurt you. Right?
That's right. Once in a while. That's right. Yeah. That's the thing. Like we were talking about, because part of this, the walking and building and biking and building and stuff has been also to like lose a bit of weight. And we were talking about how we're like, well, candy season is almost over since it started in October, and now it's April because you got Halloween, and then you got Christmas, and then you got Valentine's Day, and then you got Easter, and I'm like, oh my god. But then like after that, you're like, okay, there's really no holidays between Easter and Halloween where it's like candy focused.
Nope.
So I'm like, okay, we're almost through candy season because it's killing me. Yeah. But you go to the store and you're like, oh, this big display of candy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's funny because you point out that that's candy season, which also lands in the colder months where it's much harder to be outdoors and active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're getting poisoned in the absolute worst time of year.
And they know it too, and they know what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is wild. I put it all together recently, and I was like, yeah, it like literally lasts for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like half of the year is candy season.
Yeah. Yeah. And the more people get depressed because of the results of eating the candy, the more candy they eat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they can't go outside to work out because it's cold. At least in the Northeast. I mean, other parts of the country too, but sheesh.
Wait, is this the point where we just blame it on Big Pharma?
Yeah, there you go. Do that.
All right.
Done.
Yep. It's all their fault. They're selling medicine somehow.
Yeah, so funny.
Yep. Now a commercial for weight loss something is going to come on next time I get the TV on.
That's right. You're sure. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Well, we just finished like the little bit of Easter candy we had is gone now. So I'm like, okay, that's it. No more candy. Because those Cadbury mini eggs, they get me every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time.
If you're the shopper of the house, it's extra hard too because you go in like a day or two after Easter and everything's half price.
All on sale. Yes.
Yep. It's all calling your name.
Yeah. One of my staff actually, I was asking him, I was like, how was the weekend? And he's like, oh, it was good. He's like, I was a little disappointed though in the discounted Easter candy. I was expecting a bigger discount. I was like, well, what were you hoping for? And he's like, well, I thought 30% wasn't enough. And I was like, that's a pretty good discount. But he was hoping for more than that. I'm like, well, maybe now, but not the day after.
No, you got to give it a couple of days.
Yeah, not the Monday after. But that's pretty funny.
Yeah, you give it like a week and you go to like CVS or something, it's 70% off. Mm-hmm. It's all the weirdo candy that
like the marshmallow, not the Peeps, but the like, what's the candy that's like, it's like marshmallowy in chocolate. Those are the ones that no one wants.
Yep.
That are shaped like bunnies.
Yeah. Oh, just thinking about the texture on those things.
And he pulls it apart.
Yep. Yeah. There's some things that just should not be consumed, whether they're considered edible or not.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree.
Yep.
Well, I think it was Jen Build. She built the Brickcraft Peeps.
Yep.
And she did a video eating actual Peeps. This was her plan. But I don't recall if it was she never eaten a Peep before or if she hadn't eaten a Peep in like her adult life, like it had been since she was a kid. Mm-hmm. She couldn't even finish doing the video because she was so grossed out from the Peep.
Oh,
she did a whole thing of it on her live. This was a few weeks ago now, but she's like, guys, those are gross.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I actually like them. They're better stale, I think.
Well, that's what she's like. She's like, and then why are people telling me to let them get stale? Why is that a thing? You know, it's just, you know, she's very funny. So she was just going on about it. But, and then someone else was saying, like, put it in the microwave. It's a whole thing. It got out of control.
The microwave scares me a little.
But, like, then they're flavored now, aren't they? Can't you get them in different flavors?
Yeah.
Like watermelon or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I would stay away from that.
Like, but, like, why?
I don't know. Because they can't leave anything alone ever.
Back to that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
stick
there
with
was chocolate peeps at one point, which should not be a thing.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that was a thing either.
I don't know if it was for long or if that was just like a limited run, but yeah, that was weird.
We're like probably close enough in age that maybe you remember this. Do you remember they were like fruit roll-ups, but they weren't fruit roll-up, they were caramel chocolate and like butterscotch? Do you remember those? But it was like
I know what you're talking about.
Cereal.
Who made those?
And it was like with some type of cartoon. It was like, I want to say it was like some type of like detective cartoon or something.
Yeah.
It was like some, you know, some gimmick for something, but every now and again those pop into my head when you said the chocolate peeps, and I always ask to whomever I'm talking to, you know, do you remember those? And no one ever knows what I'm talking about. And I was like, I swear it was a thing. I didn't just make this up. But it was short-lived.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do it, but back then with the fruit roll-ups, some of them actually had the pictures cut into them, where you could peel the picture out of the middle.
That was a big deal when those came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you could like roll those up separate of the like part with the and then you had what was left.
Yep.
And then you balled it up and just shoved it in your mouth. Speaking of how many jelly beans can I fit in my mouth? Yeah. Ball up, fruit roll up.
Oh yeah. Crap. All of the best garbage came out back then.
Oh man. Or the what was it? The Slimer Ecto Cooler.
Yeah. Ecto Cooler. That stuff was actually great. I love that.
Yes, it was. I would if that came back, I think I would have to get some just to have it.
High C still puts it back out around Halloween time.
Do they? Okay, I'm gonna have to just have one.
It is great for making like a spike punch for a Halloween party.
Oh, because it's green too.
Yeah. Yep.
Very smart. Yeah, okay, I'll have to keep my eye out.
Yeah. And it still tastes exactly like childhood. Yeah. Where it's a little it's a little off-putting, and it's like
perfect.
I can't completely define this flavor, but it's okay.
Not meant to be defined, I don't think.
Yeah. And it's got some vitamin C in it, so it can't be all bad.
It's a health drink.
Yeah. And it's tied to Ghostbusters, which I love. So.
Yeah, of course. It's that, I mean, that too. That's another genre I wish they'd bring back in Lego form.
Yep.
Ghostbusters. I missed out on that on the fire station, and I wish I had jumped on that.
Yeah. I think I've talked to enough people at this point that I'm sold on not getting that.
Yeah?
Yeah, the brittle brown just seems like too much of a headache in dealing with that.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'd rather just basically part it together myself, and, you know, it's maybe just buy the couple of hard parts that you can't really do.
Yeah.
Or hope that they do another one someday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hadn't even thought about that part of it, the brittle brown. That's a good point. Because that was in that time frame. That's something I got to do. The haunted mansion from the Monster Fighters. I've had some stuff bad brittle brown in that, and with the moving and the taking apart and, you know, all that stuff. Like, I didn't fully take it apart, but certain things when you're like putting it all back together, it's massively broken. And I gotta do something to get that sorted out. But
that set's cool.
It's
cool really set. Good.
Yeah, it's a really cool set. But yeah, because the way they built the inside, because it's got hinges.
Yeah.
And so because you have to count for they're plated hinge pieces. So then you've got the long brittle brown pieces. And so then when you're doing anything to move whatever, I think I took it apart once, just snap right? Like, because it's so long, and brick separator doesn't matter, just snap. So. Yeah.
Who? Trying to remember. We had somebody on recently who was talking about the firehouse, and Lego still replaced the pieces for him, which was cool.
That is cool.
Yep.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said that there was actually some kind of lawsuit about it or something. So that's the one set that Lego has to offer pieces on.
Interesting. Maybe because there's so many of them.
Maybe, or somebody got hurt on them or something. Maybe.
Oh, because it broke or whatever. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It is a shame because it's the brown and obviously like that maroon red, the dark red. It happens with that. Yeah, it's a shame because it's like random too, where it splits and you haven't even touched it.
Yeah.
Actually, the cheese wedge pieces are famous for that, right? Like where they'll just split, and you're like, I didn't even touch it. I don't know why that split, you know. But, yeah.
Yeah, the brown, they hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not using a brick separator like you should be, and you're just kind of prying with the fingernail, and the pieces get under your finger, and it hurts.
Yeah. And well, and because it also and they break. There was actually a brick I forget what I was doing exactly, but it was a 2x2, just regular brick, and I was taking it off of a base plate or something, and it just snapped straight down the middle, like the whole, like perfectly snapped, and I was like, wow, that's a very thick brick to be breaking like that. But it was brown.
Yeah, that's wild. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, like I should have kept it, but I just snapped completely in half.
Wild.
It's like when you see the cover off a baseball, the way it's like it's just like something you're not meant to see is the inside of a brick. like the half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We store all of our bricks in the drawers in rows of 13. The 13 bricks stacked fit nicely in there.
Oh.
And it's also great because when you stack them like that, you can look at the sides and you can see whether they're cracked or not, because that's the weakest point.
Oh.
So for selling purposes, it's great because you can make a stack of 13, it's flip, see all four sides, check for cracks. And if they're good, you put them in the drawer. If not, then you can, pop it open and chuck the broken one.
Yeah.
Huh. It's almost like pre-testing your bricks before you sell them.
Yeah.
So
makes
sense.
Up
on the other end.
Yeah. And then you don't have to deal with all that and like replacements and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So which drawer, the deeper drawers there?
The
bigger ones, or?
What do I have behind me? Yeah. So like these.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the one I pull out is divided. So, but without
if you
the
had
divider.
the divider and you went straight,
it'd
be 13.
It's 13. Yep.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah. So 13 if it's not divided, 6 and 6 if it is. That's the way it works out. So
that's good to know.
Not bad.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Currently, I just have them in a big tub altogether by size.
Okay. Well, at least they're by size. That helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I first started out, I had no idea what I was doing when I first started mocking, and I just would have like everything that was yellow was all in one bin together. It did not matter the size. It did not matter the shape, whatever. But I was like, I didn't even have that much loose bricks at the time. So it was just like, and then as it got going, I would say to Morty, like, well, I need to get more, whatever, like a 1x2 slope. And then I'd be doing something. I'd be like, oh, I have 30 of those, like, or whatever. And, I'm like, I got to sort these better. And so then that's when it just kind of started from there.
Yeah. Yeah. By color is tough because you get colorblind, right? Mm-hmm. You just look, especially black.
Yeah.
It's just a blob of black. It's its own moving shadow.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you have one, even if it's just brick, plate, tile like that, then you can get through it. But color is tough.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any by color anymore. But it quickly evolves, right? Because then you're like, oh, I need to get more drawers. Oh, I need to get more drawers. I need more drawers. And
it's scary how fast they add up.
Yeah, because and then you're like, I've rearranged how the drawers are quite a bit because I'm like, oh, I have to add this row, or I want to move it over here with these ones that are like it, or whatever. And it gets out of control. It's like everything, Lego, out of control.
Yeah, it's
in the best possible way.
Yeah, I've seen some people that use like a grid of the acro units actually as the foundation for their Lego city.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
That's great use of space.
Yeah, not so smart. My city, it's 2 levels. So a lot of what folks see if they go on my Instagram page, that city doesn't exist anymore. I took it apart.
Okay.
But so I did it so it's well, here I can show you. That's probably easier than trying to explain this. So it's the let me see if I can. So I have it so
Wow.
like the top level and then there's underneath. So I can get more in less space. Oops, move the stool.
Look at that.
And then like on the top is like built up.
That's really cool.
So that's like the latest version. I'm working on an expansion here on the front. That's what I haven't gotten very far, but that's why I'm like, I like the idea of the drawers underneath, but then I wouldn't be able to do that. So I was like, well,
yeah,
okay, it's fine.
Yeah, that's great because that's basically 2 cities you got going there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like Jen's vertical city. How she's got that
like her
up.
shelves. Yeah. And what's funny is, without even talking to one another about it, she and I are pretty good friends. And without talking about it, we both tore our cities apart at the same time. And then I started doing this and she started doing the shelf city. And then we were like, wait, what are you doing? Like, the other one didn't even know the other one was doing it. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it's, I'm still working on it quite a bit, but it's challenging on the floor because I got to crawl around on the floor and like trying to get under there to move stuff around and whatever. And it's not, not as young as I used to be. So it's a little more challenging to get down there. And then it's like, oh, I need more bricks. Oh, I then I gotta get up.
Yeah. I just walked 700 miles. I can't get off this.
I can't get off the floor. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Man.
Yeah.
So do you have a schedule for walk and builds, or is that just spur of the moment, or how do you do that?
So for the most part, I walk after work. So I'll like get home around 5:30 or so sometimes. So I'll get on the walking pad about 6, usually do an hour. That's pretty much most nights of the week. I try to take Fridays off. This week I'm taking Thursday. I'm taking tomorrow off instead. I've got an after work thing. So I have to I'll be out later than normal, but my one, I guess I would call it rule for myself outside of like the set is meant for walking and building. It's for walking and building. Don't sit and build with it. Is I try really hard, and I think I've only missed this once, to only take 1 day off in a row. So like I won't let myself go more than a day. Like I could do every other day, and I've done that where I need a break kind of thing. But I try really hard not to go 2 days in a row from not doing anything. And I think seriously it's only happened once. So it's only happened once since I've started, with the exception of I got really sick in January. I had bronchitis and laryngitis. And I was down for the count for almost like 10 days. I obviously didn't do anything then, but I was really proud of myself because the second I was better, I was back to it.
Nice.
And that's where I know like the excitement about exercising because of building the Lego while doing it is like, it's so different, because in the past I would have just been like, oh, well, it didn't, forget it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've only had like 2 days off in a row one time where I missed, like I just couldn't. There was a lot going on at work and I just couldn't do it. But that's my one rule. Try to do stuff on the weekends. Sometimes I walk and build and bikes and build on the weekends. I'll do like a back-to-back thing. So yeah, that's really the only rule.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of activity.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Do you always have company when you do that?
What do you mean?
So, I mean, whether it's Instagram or Morty, or just however you're doing it, or do you just like fall in your zone and do it completely solo?
Most of the time, completely solo. I'll have like
Yeah.
headphones in. I'll put on music, and I'll just do it. It's rare the TV's on. Today was different that the TV was on, but she was just kind of like hanging out, so it was like whatever. Sometimes she'll be like biking while I'm walking, or we'll both be biking, but we'll have music on, and it's not like we're chatting and stuff. So a lot of times it's just like in the zone. I did a live last week where I was walking with Old Man Building Bricks. He does a live on Instagram every Wednesday. So I went live. He had me on his live, and we were building and I was walking, but I was going slower because I can't, like, you can't get going in a conversation when you're really moving. But yeah, it's most of the time solo.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's got to be music, or can you actually focus on like 3 things at once? So could you put on like a podcast or an audiobook or something? Or is that
I don't think I probably could do a podcast. I haven't tried it. I definitely couldn't do an audiobook. I love doing audiobooks. I do them a lot when I'm building, but I think walking and building and audiobooking would be too much.
Yeah.
Like I've been on the phone while walking and building, and that's been okay. And I've been like on live and walking and building, and that's been okay. But yeah, I don't know if I could focus enough. I think I'd miss too much of the story, because I would be, if I hit a part where sometimes there's parts that are really hard to do while you're walking and building. Stickers especially is a challenge, but I think I would get too distracted by that I'd be like, wait, what just happened? There'd be like, a paragraph worth of activity that I missed or something. Yeah.
I think because it's with an audiobook, I think it's the same part of your brain that you're using for like 2 competing activities, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But wouldn't it be, but I can do the phone. I don't know, but I guess that's different.
I think with the phone, you already know half of the information.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where I was going. So it's not one-sided.
Yeah.
You're engaged in what's being said. Yeah.
I mean, and even the average conversation with somebody on the phone, you have a pretty good idea what they're about to say while they're talking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why most phone calls are pointless and could be text messages.
This phone call could have been a text message.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. If it doesn't fit in a tweet, don't tell me.
There you go. Right.
All right. Well, we are at 11 now, so
Yes.
we should let you get off to your
my
to your
bedtime.
real world, and your sleep.
Yes.
But I appreciate you hanging out. This was great.
Yeah, thank you for
It's been
having
great
me. It
getting
was
to
a
know
lot
you.
of fun. Yeah, it was a great time. Appreciate
All right.
it.
So anyone here or in Replay Gang, make sure you go and give Wally a follow. Link for Instagram is in the show description, so it'll be nice and easy to find.
Thank you.
If you haven't already, make sure to like and follow the channel. I would appreciate that. And next Wednesday, Heather from the Minifig Club will be on.
Nice.
The Minifig Club, which will be one of the sponsors of our charity event happening the following weekend, which is going to be great. The charity event is to raise money for Bricks of Hope, which donates Lego sets to children in the hospital. So it's a pretty awesome cause.
Yeah.
So I will hopefully see everybody next Wednesday. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us as always. Thank you again, Wally. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah.
Have an awesome night.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. And good night, everyone.